Alright, so this workout is March 25th or so, 2015. A little bit of press action. I'd just done 15-4 like 3 times, so it was a little funky. Starting off with some log cleans. There's 260. Getting my elbows a little low when I'm setting up, which is making the initial transition kind of rough because it's keeping a little low on my chest. So elbows are a little better. They're a little higher at the 280. Just couldn't hit it though. Arms felt jacked up after all the handstand push-ups. Same thing, elbows are just a little low. So if I spike my elbows a little higher, kind of shrug on top of the thing a little more, it's going to help a lot getting a little better scoop on that. You can see the same thing happen on the 290. Now we got our set to 10. I was feeling ambitious. For some reason the clean felt ridiculous at 210. Press felt okay. Shoulders just a little fatigued from all those handstand push-ups at 15-4. But it looked like it was moving pretty good. It felt a lot worse than it ends up looking here. And here we go, 170. Thought the 210 felt really heavy and only got like 4 or 5 reps. So decided to cut the weight way back and just get some good technique in. Work on kind of repeating off the chest pretty fast. Those went pretty smooth. Little hoof and high breathing there going on. Class rocking out in the background behind me, cleaning their junk up. And then moved up because that felt pretty good. Here's 190. One of the things you always want to pay attention to, and it was happening more in the 170 than it was here, but if you get into a pattern like this here where you're bouncing it and basically stringing them together, you really want to make sure to keep your head back when you're dipping. Otherwise that press is going to come forward in a weight that should be pretty light. Can give you some troubles. Definitely did better here on the 190 than I did on the 170. It was almost just a little too light, so just got a little wild with it, but 190 looked pretty solid. That's my son chasing my dog in the background here. And 10, good. Moving on, a little bit of circus dumbbell work. 181 is the heaviest one I got, so instead of finding a max clean, just went for 30 seconds, tried to get as much work in as I could. Ended up with, I think my 4th rep finished maybe like 34 seconds or so. Having a little bit of trouble. I'm just going to keep blaming all those darn handstand push-ups. Getting in a good rack position. You can see I'm having to use my hand to get it in a good position. And you'll see that on the other sets here as well. That especially on my left side, I just can't get into position. The kettlebell is almost forward. It's turning out a little better there on the right side. Once again, bit off a little more than I could chew. I was supposed to be going for 10 here on the presses, and I think I got maybe 3. Just funky trying to rep out presses on the circus dumbbell. You have to kind of reposition it with that hand, unless you got some pretty solid stability going on, which apparently I didn't that day. Here's the lefty. You can see just how much trouble as soon as I clean it, like I can't get it into position. That's not a bad position actually, but as soon as I press, the stability is just not there to keep it tight. Then on this one, just trying to wind it back there and just couldn't get it to stay back there. So that sucks, but it is what it is. Finished up, here's 10 with just the 100-pound dumbbell with a fat grip on it, 3-inch fat grip on it. Just getting some rep work in, focusing on fast hip extension. My dog are coming and asking me questions. Yeah, I need to work on getting under it even when it's a lighter dumbbell like that. Did one more set on the left side, and just same thing, shoulder was kind of tweaky, so I think I did maybe 6 on the left side, and that was all I had on the circus dumbbell. Alright, then we finished up a couple sets of stones. Actually got some cool new forearm guards that I was trying out. They're pretty solid. Light stone like a 210 here. Just getting lots of rep work in. Just trying to get a feel for the new equipment more than anything. One thing you want to make sure you do when you're doing the stones is like I did there. You want to keep the hips high when you're picking the stone up. You don't want to do it like a traditional deadlift. So hips high, keep the ball between your feet, set it up onto those legs, get that over the top grip, and just fast hip extensions. Nothing really crazy to see here, just some rep work on the stones.
You know what you're signing up for. Three more.
Come on now. Like a big thrower.